Oh, baby.
Pretty much talking about like why or how adults in this modern time get outraged by porn now. You know, like why you can't see any of the nipple on Instagram, even
Is it because their kids are making it?
Is it because of cuties?
You reference cuties a lot. What the fuck? Did you actually watch that shit?
No, I reference cuties because I love the irony that like they're all these fucking like hippy dippy rainbow people are trying to get Dave Chappelle's special pulled from Netflix.
Oh, I was gonna talk with you about that.
But like one thing I just thought was super fucking funny to me was that like Cuties is still up, but fucking the Dave Chappelle special is like a no-go.
Yeah.
Wait. They finally took it down?
Fuck it. I don't know what was worse. What was more assaulting? The the insurrection on January 6th or the Dave Chappelle special? I don't know what scared me more, Pearl Harbor or a joke.
Well, the fact that most of this stuff is a joke.
You know who doesn't bitch about that shit joke. Like this? Like the Japanese don't. And I think you want to know why the Japanese don't? Because at one point in history, we fucking like microwaved that country.
Yeah.
And
two times.
I think they realized, wait a minute. There's actual like pain and terror. And then there's like bitching about it. Dude, there's people walking out of Netflix, literally employees. Like, okay, well, and I hate to say it this way, but I'll give everybody the insight because me and a business partner were like literally like used as token minorities for about 4 years with all these fucking companies, right? To just gain money and be a bunch of projects that never go anywhere, but you just get paid to hold back and sit tight, right? And shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So all like these like rainbow fucking nostalgia hires they did over the last year and a half, those are the ones that are walking out.
Yeah.
Oh, right? That's totally cool, man. That means that the real people, the ones that actually give a damn, can get those jobs now.
And that's totally what I'm saying great. Is like the only reason why Netflix is even a platform like it is because all like those like Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr, Joe Rogan,
exactly
scale comedians even do their specials there because there's nothing to fucking watch on Netflix. And we'll get into this later, but like I don't know what the fuck Squid Game is. I don't care. Okay. All right. I'll ask you guys later because it's filler. I'll say that to the audience. It's filler. It's entertainment. There's nothing else. When you can watch the Batman trailer. Wow.
Oh, actually, we're supposed to be able to watch that like this weekend, right? Or I know. Some shit. Like
we should all just take blind guesses on what it's gonna be. Let me guess. The Riddler. They grew up together. I don't know.
Oh, you know that's gonna happen. It's gonna be at least one of them. If not Riddler, it's probably gonna be like Selena, or it's probably gonna be like Cobblepot.
I wish it was Selena from the movie Selena. That'd have been sick.
That would have been nice, but
like,
you know,
it's Catwoman, fool.
Oh, you want J-Lo to be Catwoman? You want
and then I want Bruce. I want Bruce when Selena reveals herself, like the Mexican butler goes, "Orale, Salinas," like that.
Well, you know, speaking of which, Zoe,
I don't want him as a butler. I want him as a fucking lawn guy.
Yeah. He's all grass stained knees on his jeans and shit.
and they own a laundromat. Yeah, that works.
I'm Mr. Wayne.
You know what's funny?
I break sprinkler. I pay for it.
Actually, I have a guy who can fix it.
Yeah, the drywall. That's how Batman is able to like build all those fucking like cabinets and shit. It's just like the Mexican workers that won't say anything because they don't want to get deported.
These kids.
It's just all. Hey, I'm not even joking. Like that is probably the best workforce to have if you need to keep a secret and keep them employed.
They're not workforce. They're essential heroes.
That's how the Death Star got built, right?
Yeah,
Mexicans.
It is. The way they survived in space is they just had like plastic bags tied around their head with like a tube.
Well, you know,
to like an oxygen tank.
if Return of the Jedi is any sort of like hard evidence you need, yeah.
What do you think? You agree?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Zoe Kravitz, believe it or not, was in the news for saying that she doesn't want her character to be
sexualized.
Some stupid shit. She said she doesn't want her character to be leered at or admired. I'm like, bitch, you're playing Catwoman.
It won't be. Don't worry, it won't. Same with Halle Berry, and guess what? No one admired it. So
I kind of did.
Wait, did it count?
No. Yes.
Did it count?
It counts on her IMDb.
I mean, because that pretty much was CGI Catwoman. It wasn't really her walking around. Remember, the CGI was so fucking bad.
We could make the same argument for all these Spider-Man movies now are just cartoons, and you're just watching a fucking fake Spider-Man do flips and shit.
Of course.
At Disneyland with that like animatronic Spider-Man they make flip around in the air, that's more real than the Spider-Man movies combined. That's sad.
Well, yeah, but you know what's funny? Now they're all in an uproar because Doc Ock's tentacles is they're CGI.
Well,
I mean, they couldn't see that in the trailer. They needed IGN to tell them that.
I don't know.
Were they supposed to use practical tentacles?
I mean, why not? They were kind of in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, actually a lot of the time they were pretty practical. I mean, I think that just goes to show you like the level of director quality, right? Like a guy who knows that like these actual physical things will not get in the way won't be bothered by it. I think a different director that just like takes the check because it's a big old fat Disney one is just going to be like, yeah, you could make the tentacles out of fucking cat paws for all I give a shit.
I mean, yeah.
I also might just be like a case of just overthinking.
Yeah, or just like it's simple. It's not simpler, but it's faster.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but I mean, like people will freak out over anything CGI nowadays. It's like one of those mini micro triggers that we all have to be aware of now.
You know what's so funny?
Why? You know?
Yeah. At what point? What do they expect if they want these things churned out every fucking year?
Right.
Like they're going to look like kind of wonky for most of it. But then again, like one thing that kind of frustrates me too is like that's the only thing that anyone's bitching about. But to me, like anything we were raised on that was like time travel related, you know, or like altering timelines.
You mean outside everything now?
Right. Like the funniest thing to me is like, what happened to that whole principle of like, don't step on a bug or else that also alters the timeline? Like, shouldn't Doc Ock show up with like a dick for a head and shit like that? Like, shouldn't there just be like super
we all
weird
know the
anomalies?
director did.
You know what I mean though? Like, how are timelines altered, but everything is like still okay enough? No one comes back like with fucking legs for arms.
Well, considering how great Avengers Endgame was at opening this box for us, yeah.
Hey, real quick, did you guys see that fucking? Is it the Eternals? Did you guys see the Eternals trailer? What?
Yeah.
What in the actual fuck was that? What was that?
I used to say Cirque du Soleil looked good this year whenever I saw that shit.
Yeah.
Then 3 hours of this shit. But go on, Marco.
It's 3 hours?
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
It's going to be 3 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know.
For what?
Because they want to tell us all about them. I'm sure it's going to be nothing but a bunch of talking scenes more so than any action. Because that's what you're getting in all that you see in that trailer is pretty much all the action you're going to get. I bet it.
Is it? I'm going to sound like hating for hating's sake, but does anything in that movie look remotely interesting to you?
No.
Yeah.
Except for seeing Salma Hayek, no.
And she doesn't even look that good.
They made her look like fucking Frida. Yeah. I was like, guys, come on, bro. At least let me bust a nut.
Nah.
Right, Al?
Bust a nut over Salma Hayek? Nah, man.
Whoa. Which,
hold on.
Oh, which Salma Hayek we talking about?
Hold on. Actually, I've never seen what Salma Hayek looks like. I just always...
Wait, what?
I always like... Yeah, for some reason...
I thought that was Kathy Bates.
Hold on. Let me see who this is.
Yeah, make sure you put him from Dusk Till Dawn, too, when you look
I think
her
even
up.
there's women that would fuck Salma Hayek.
I guarantee
you think?
Yeah.
He's 55?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So?
What was she in?
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, she was in Spy Kids 3D. Oh, okay.
Not that one, damn it.
He's like, yeah, I'd smash. That was the deal breaker.
Was she the mom or what was she? I never saw a Spy Kids movie.
From Dusk Till Dawn now.
Yes.
Oh, she was in Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Okay,
that's fine too. That's fine too. That counts.
All right.
Now
I know who she is. All right. Yeah, she's all right.
She's all right.
Okay, you see, Al has a different taste than everybody.
This fool must be fresh off the hand job, talking like with all this clarity.
No, what? No, fresh off the hand job. It's like,
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway,
but that's okay. I mean, it's good to know for the audience out there.
You know, that's how you learn.
Well, no, I mean, I knew who she was. I've heard of her. I just didn't remember who she was because I guess it's been a while since she's been relevant. I don't know.
Is it an actor's job to be relevant or find work? Or do you think that those two things like intermingle at some point?
I think it's it's definitely a combination of the two. Like, you have to kind of make yourself relevant, but of course, does it really matter? Because does Salma Hayek really give a shit that we're talking about her in 2021? Probably not.
Yeah, she's already rich.
Yeah, but the reason why we're saying that is because she's one of the big driving forces of this Eternal movie.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why we're talking about her. We're not talking about the way she looks, even though she is fine as fuck.
Some women age gracefully, and some women look like fucking
Fiona Apple.
Jesus. I just imagine like dried out twigs on the ground.
Oh, damn.
I don't know why. I just imagine like old dead leaves, like a sick, sad autumn dystopian future. That's how wafer thin she is.
Well, we ain't that far from it, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely Fiona Apple right there. Yeah.
Hey, was Fiona Apple trying to be sexy in that first big music video that she had?
You know she was. She was trying hard too.
That was the word. That was like a visual belly flop.
It was crystal meth in motion.
Fiona Apple is a ghoul.
Yes.
She's a goblin.
Uh-huh.
I've been a bad girl.
Oh my God. What the hell's up with her look?
She been through it.
No, she looks like that woman who like goes to the gas station at 2:00 asking for the 2 for $5 on Marlboro specials.
Or the one that walks in all shaky with like cigarettes in her hand and she goes, "Can you put on the air pump?" Like randomly.
We're still trying to win the lottery.
At 4 a.m. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see this thing with Kyrie Irving and Stephen A. Smith? Did you see that?
Oh, the whole vaccination thing?
Like he had the balls to bitch and preach at him about what he should be doing.
You know, Kyrie Irving's the target right now. I guarantee he did try to go after Ben Simmons on something, even though Ben Simmons, while, was brave what he's doing, but he's not entirely, you know what I mean? He's not entirely wrong for the way he's acting. Just nobody wants him.
Okay, here's my thing with this. It is a ridiculous take. So if anyone's going to yell at me, I think I deserve it.
Okay.
All right.
So Kyrie, right? So Kyrie is taking a stance, probably kind of against vaccinations. He's just like, look, it's not for me. I think it's kind of wrong to force people to do this. So whatever, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna take it. I don't care if I'm gonna lose my money. It doesn't matter to me. I'm standing up. So this guy gets deemed the villain, but Colin Kaepernick taking a knee, he seemed an American hero and a patriot, and he made the ultimate sacrifice. Fuck off.
This is where that shit is buzzwords, man. Colin Kaepernick is anything but a damn patriot and national hero.
No, this guy.
You know what I mean?
This guy gets like to the fucking moon, praised and everything, saying, "Oh, he made the sacrifice. He sacrificed his career for us." What the fuck did he do other than like profit off doing a stupid Netflix special that no one's watching?
Wait, and he's got a Netflix special?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Oh wow.
And profiting from Nike and all this shit and making tons of money because he wanted more money from the NFL and he wanted like a max deal. And because he didn't get it, like he allegedly sacrificed himself. No, he didn't. Okay.
No, of course he didn't.
He didn't. And whatever. But anyways, he gets deemed the hero and people are like, how dare the NFL do this? But yet Kyrie makes a stand about it. Yeah. He's a villain. He's a piece of shit.
Exactly. It's because it goes against the narrative for what they need minorities to do right now. That's exactly like the way they've phrased it. Like we need more people of color to do this. Like you don't need to do shit. Mm-hmm. Like if supposedly all this data shows a trend of everything going down, you don't need anything anymore, right?
Right.
Like, and that's the funny thing too, is the one thing they don't talk about with all this, like all these talking points they want people to go on is like so even down to that, like how they demonize people is like, there was this report how like 3 million people in August literally quit their jobs, like full blown adults quit their jobs, 3 million people. Right.
Right.
how many of those people, they won't say the data on how many of them are nurses who are quitting because although they work in ERs and hospitals and shit, they don't trust the information so far because they make, decisions on what they inject in people.
They do.
So if those people are also apprehensive, like I was saying, like how the fuck is it so bad that like a couple of basketball players don't want to do it, but they know that sphere of influence that person has.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And like, God forbid that like there is a person of color who's like, I don't know, man, like I just want to see what the data is. And they're saying these things rationally and like all like hats off to them. They've been like super cool when they explain their points of view on it. It doesn't get heated. They don't sound like fucking Alex Jones and shit. Right. They don't sound crazy. They're just giving their points of view. So all anyone can do is just say, well, how can you be fucking, how dare you? You're being selfish. It's like, dude, you're still going to see basketball games, man.
Right.
Who gives a fuck? You're still making money off me. How am I being selfish? If I wanted to be selfish, I would just stop playing and take my contract money and live nicely for the rest of my life.
Yeah. And has every right to do it. I mean, like, why in the hell are you upset about somebody having a point of view or wanting more information or wanting more data? Because it's something they're putting into their body. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This mandate shit has been well off the rails.
It's kind of alarming. And you can understand why people would be like Eric said once, like, I'm not totally against it, but why are you pushing it so fucking hard on me? That's like if somebody came up to you and said, hey, you want to get high? Hey, you want to get high? Every day. Hey, man, you want to get high? You want to take these pills? You're like, no, dude.
Come on, man. I'll get you an Amazon gift card if you take these drugs.
Oh my God. Aren't they doing that in some areas too? Aren't they driving people to do that?
Yeah, there was a like a, I don't know if, did they already do it? There was a drawing.
Yeah, they were doing raffles and shit.
Yeah, see, that's fucking wrong right there. Which
according
that's complete
to
manipulation.
And according to HIPAA, right, is a fucking violation of people's private medical information because they're handing it over to the state.
Yeah.
So the state can hold the fucking lottery raffle. And here's the funniest thing, I think, where all this shit is like so hypocritical at this point, it amazes me. The nation has like lotteries going on in every state, right? Where some of them are up to 100 and something million in every state. Don't you think they should just stop doing the lottery for this year if the economy is so fucked up and stop giving away free money and just say, hey, this year, because how everything's all messed up, how about this? There's no lottery. We're putting all that money back into the government financing.
See, the problem with that is it's a smart idea.
Right. But it doesn't placate any sides.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't toe like, are you left or right?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just common sense. Like,
yeah,
that's the fucking craziest thing to me.
I mean, if it's anything that really benefits anybody or presents true equality and stuff, it's never going to come through because somebody's missing out on this narrative. Somebody's not going to make money from it.
Well, that's the thing too, is like, you look at the data, right? If you look at something like AIDS compared to COVID or AIDS doesn't discriminate.
No, it doesn't.
But apparently, according to all the data, they made it seem like COVID really loved hunting down Mexicans and blacks.
Well, we're usually the patient zero for that kind of shit anyway. So,
that's why at the beginning, Biden kind of let it slip out, and he goes, the African Americans, that community has a right to be kind of suspicious because, our government's ran experiments on them since as far back as we can remember. And you're like, whoa, dude. Okay, so now that you just said it, shut the fuck up for 5 minutes and think about what you just said. Then stop wondering why they won't take it.
Well, not only that, but Joe Biden's always been known to shoot his mouth off like that, even when he had like black hair at one time. Think about it.
I always thought he had like red hair or some shit.
He had black hair. He actually dyed that shit. Look it up sometimes.
Al's right. His hair's changed color like 14 times in his lifetime.
Uh-huh.
I think the biggest thing we can do as a huge negative is like push it so fucking hard. Like the only person who wants to push something that hard on you is like a date rapist. Why don't you take a drink? No.
Well, everything that Curtis Mayfield was singing about in the Superfly soundtrack. So,
yeah. No, you don't want to drink. It's good for you. I bought it for you. You don't trust me? I'm a doctor. I bought
some coke, have some weed.
Yeah. Then it's fucking. Then you're talking to Bill Cosby.
I'm your pusher man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Do this for your grandma.
Yeah. Come on, man. It's me, Bill Cosby. You don't want your grandma's bills to
You
get
could
paid?
save somebody's life doing this.
Yeah.
Well, me and your grandmama had a good time back in the day.
Well, you say-
She wasn't she wasn't conscious when I got to meet her. Got a little pudding.
God, I'm an American hero. Do you guys see my vaccination card and shit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That shit's got to stop, by the way.
Someone's
I
gonna go
see.
like, man, fuck the vets. Veterans Day is people who are vaccinated like that.
Oh
We're
my
gonna get
God.
to that point, and it's gonna be fucking bizarre.
You know,
Probably
some-
because eventually we'll find out that like when they pushed it on all the wrong people, those people are dead now.
Well,
Right?
yeah, but check the data, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what
Now
I
they don't
mean?
want to check. Yeah. Now they don't want to show you the data. Now it's just like, nah, trust us. And I mean, it should be alarming that Biden won't take fucking questions anymore from the press.
Oh yeah. Slowly but surely, man.
It's just so crazy. Someone should tell anyone who runs for the president just this. Hey, heads up, man. When you become the president, every day is a fucking pop quiz. And
Every
they
day.
can ask you whatever the fuck they want. It's their right.
Well, he should know that better than anybody. He's been in the
Yeah.
system. If there's people that I don't want in power, and I managed to get them all in my prime.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
know,
funniest
I know.
thing. Of course, my cousin always told me this. Like when I talked to him, I was like, what was it like when you were growing up? And he told me this. I survived Reagan. I was like, okay.
Yeah, the crack epidemic. That was I could only imagine what
The
that
one-
was like.
Well, it never exactly left us,
I know.
That's the sad part. Any way they can control you, and fear is a good motivator.
Yeah, for sure.
There's always been a good motivator about controlling anybody, which is why, like, every election season, it's always the same kind of commercial,
Mhm.
because they want you to go ahead and give in to fear and vote for these people instead of just looking at and be like, look, we both know you're not going to do anything for me. So let's stop kidding ourselves,
Yeah.
and all the money that's wasted in like campaigning anyway,
It's fucking sick. When you think
Mhm.
about it, it's really, honestly, it's bizarre. And if anyone comes in with an opposing viewpoint, and it's ironic, we'll get to this like in a little bit, but like when you come with an opposing viewpoint to the political flavor of the month that we've been going through,
Yeah.
for some reason, that's when it's the problem.
Oh,
Right.
of course.
But when that side that gets offended by your Dave Chappelle style jokes, when they have a point of view, an opposing one, you need to hear them, and you need to hear them now.
Oh, which, by the way, I've been meaning to tell you this. The one that was the most prominent one, ironically, was a white transgender female now who ran the show Dear White People. I was like, are you friggin' serious? I'm like, what the hell are you offended about? Of all
Yeah.
things?
So they still didn't give it to an actual woman
No, not at
or
all.
an actual black
person. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's the irony of the politics. Like you're literally getting hired because your decorations, your little badges.
They took whatever is relevant about these people and made them into props. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's kind of like, remember when I did the J-Man show 215?
Mhm.
Like, yeah, everything I said on that coming more to light now, because now you got Superman. Now you got the legacy of Superman being all about this shit.
Yeah.
And there's
yeah.
no rhyme or reason.
Yep.
Somebody was telling me about this, and I was like, I said all I need to say in that one episode.
It's so funny. Someone brought that to my attention too. I said, like, why does he got to be bi? It's almost like like they're making like young Superman bi, right?
Yeah.
And the irony is, it's hard enough for gay people to come out of the closet and deal with it growing up. I said, but like when you make these characters bi and that this like little comic book world just accepts it, I said it creates a false standard of like this person having their cake and eating it too because life should be this easy, and it's not.
Nah, never.
Yeah.
And just going ahead, I'm like, damn, them book sales must really, really be slow.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, because everyone's trying to restore the Snyder Cut, not read a fucking comic book. You know what I mean? Like, honestly.
You look at it, it's like, how
reading
well
is for
that
peasants.
Yeah, reading is
Yeah.
for fucking buys. Not
Well,
me.
Oh my god! Like, and then at the end of the day, you find out that who he's in a relationship with is a hacktivist, and I'm like, a hacktivist, huh? Somebody that idolized Lois, Jay. It's amazing, and I'm like,
Here's how
it's
you know
not.
that. Here's how you know 50-year-old men still write comic books. When is the fucking first and last time you've ever said the word hacktivist?
at that one moment.
Thank you.
I'm still waiting for the day I get to use it.
Right. The day I get to use it, I want you guys to fucking Tiananmen Square my ass. Like, put me on my knees, put a gun to the side of my head, and blow my fucking brains out. If I call somebody a hacktivist, I've hit ultimate boomer status.
Well,
at that
I'll
point.
just pull off my boot and throw it in the back of your head.
Yeah.
That's it.
And impale me asshole first on the tallest stick you can find. Like, if I say hacktivist and I'm not being fucking ironic, kill my ass.
You know, that's the thing. But remember when activism actually worked? Remember when it was like something that, well, no, not today's activism. That's the point of what I'm saying.
I remember like, what was it? What was that fucking bullshit? Was it fucking something Wall Street? What was that shit?
Oh, no. Occupy Wall Street. That bullshit right there. Yes.
Yeah, that was like a dry run for whatever 2020 was.
I've been saying it for years, man. We on the same page as always.
Yeah.
That whole thing was stupid. I remember being at work and one of my friends was like, "Hey Jay, we're all going to unite here, right? We're going to stand right in front of the Dover Capitol building and we're going to go ahead and try to protest." I'm like, "No, you motherfuckers need to go to work." That's what I said. I was like, "Hey, you know what?" And when I said that, right, they were in the news, right, but not front page. They were in the back, like where the classifieds were.
Yeah.
And it was just 4 of them standing out there.
The best thing was like Frank Miller got into a bunch of heat, calling all those guys like bums and rapists and murderers and shit and criminals. And then like 2 months later, they found out like just a bunch of those fools alone in LA had like fucking warrants for like murders, and robberies, and had committed rapes like in those tents around downtown. And I thought, oh, okay, cool. So Frank Miller knows what the fuck he's talking about, obviously.
Well, of course he did. The man wrote Sin City. He knows.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like that's the guy who lived through like the original 70s, like hippy dippy fucking CIA LSD movement. Yeah. Right? Like, come on, man. You have to take some of that like sage old like Gran Torino wisdom for what it is. It's like wisdom. He's lived through it. You gotta at least give him that.
Shit, I'll take his word on things, and I will also take the word from the creator of Fritz the Cat on things. Right. That's about right. And Ralph Bakshi.
Yeah, we're living in a weird time where the guy from Fritz the Cat is like one of the sage wise men.
Yeah.
It's not the president.
Well, he doesn't live here anymore. He lives in France, but still, he has a lot to say.
We come from France.
Well, you know, but it's funny though, because he actually used to live in one of the towns I went to school in. So that was really cool.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He's actually Delawarean.
Speaking of Delawarean, where the hell is fucking Al?
Yeah. You wish Delaware. You wish he was a Delawarean. Anyway,
do I? What does that mean? The way you said that was intense.
No,
yeah, you wish he was a Delawarean, baby.
Well, because one, I'm a genuine article, and he is from Wisconsin. So what the fuck were you going at?
Oh, he's from Wisconsin?
Yeah.
I thought I smelled cheese.
That explains everything.
Yeah. Schmegma. Schmegma. The Schmegma variant.
Oh, man. You know, the white people factory.
Yeah. Outside of Idaho and fucking Nebraska.
Oh, man. Well,
in Ohio.
Dakota.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah, both.
I mean, that's gonna be the craziest episode, right? You screaming for Al, and
he was just fucking. We need our streets ambassador in here to talk about minority issues and that point of view.
Yeah, I need to know what's going on down in the streets.
Like he's going through things. Anyway, y'all carry on, and I'll go ahead and I'll call him.
All right, for the audience at home, just so you know, Al is not a minority. He's
technically,
he's whiter than rice paper. But he's got rhythm,
and more importantly, he's the heart of the streets.
Yeah. Coming to you live from the heart of the hood.
CB radio.
Yeah, I know. We should just make spots where like I should have Al review hip hop albums.
Part of his what was that shit? His not his mixtape, but his
rap tape. What a fucking nut. I love that man. He's great. Because like, wouldn't it just be dope to have Al like sit there and like literally have to, because I mean he knew a lot about that fucking Nicki Minaj not fucking everybody beef.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Al might be dating a LaFonda type character. I feel like there's something about Al we don't know, where Al is like possibly one of the most gangster people we've ever seen in our fucking human existence.
Like he's got the most severe case of like jungle fever ever recorded.
Yeah, he's got
or
like
not recorded.
Yeah, he's like got like the sky powder blue do-rag on, and he's playing like 2K17, and he's got those mad red Jordans.
Full grill.
Yeah. Full grill. That's why the calls sound like that, because it's all the static from the fucking sick ass ice in his teeth. That's so sweet. They call him Candy, I hear.
Candy man.
The Candy Man can. You can't spell candy without Al. You can't have candy without all that sugar in it.
Yeah, you can't spell sugar booger without Al.
Yeah. He's got like 2 or 3 guns and like
an EBT card.
Yeah. And the fucking serial numbers are filed off. One he painted with like an orange tip, so everyone thinks it's a cap gun. Like,
yeah. He always tells you, if you get caught, you don't know me.
Yeah, he's go, hey, if anybody asks you, you don't know me, all right? And you're like, oh, all right.
You didn't get this from me.
Yeah. Everything he tells you, he just looks at you like a second time. Hey, for real though, you don't know me, all right? Like real fucking super serious. You're like, all right, damn. And he's like 8 feet tall.
God damn.
But like a small dick. Like what? It's like just a super short but thick, but thick ass dick.
Like cocaine.
Yeah.
Talking.
They call him Little Gatorade. We're making Al legend. He's not even here right now.
Oh yeah, he's not even here to confirm all this.
The best thing is like Jay's probably like on the phone somewhere else, like not even close to the computer. So he's gonna come back and listen to this fucking.
Oh, I was hearing your monkey ass. Don't you worry about that. You dumb son of a-
Yo. That's fucking great.
So pretty much whereas I'm chasing Alan right now, I'm also hearing your crazy ass go on this other tangents and
This
shit.
is like
These fucking Elseworld stories with Alan. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Gangster Al.
These are all true, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This must be what shit. Then where the hell was I at?
His favorite rap bar he's ever written. They call me Al Simmons because I respawn.
Oh wow! Get out.
And then he ends it with like 2K17, and you're like, but there's no respawns in 2K17. What are you talking about?
Ah, damn it.
Yeah. Do not ask why, but I accidentally got sriracha in my eye.
Wow, the honeymoon has begun.
Can you explain to the people at home how you got sriracha in your eye?
Okay. So when we were doing something, we were talking earlier, I was like hungry, so I like made some chili, and it didn't taste really spicy for me, so I put sriracha in it.
Uh-huh.
And then when I was done, I was putting it all away, right? And then I did not realize when I threw this, the plastic spoon away, because I don't know why I used a plastic spoon, and I didn't notice. So I was going to the bathroom and wash my hand, and I accidentally sneezed. So I wiped my eye, and then I did not realize I had sriracha on my finger. And then all of a sudden, I had to that's why I didn't go on the call for a couple minutes, because I didn't want to hear people cry like a little baby about it. So
Al's second favorite rap he wrote is "The ladies call me Mr. Caliente. I'll be going at it al dente." That's because the fucking
Kelly,
is your is your eye okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, because that could fuck you up pretty bad.
No, I knew it. No, it's not the first time I've had hot sauce or something in my eye.
Eric, yes.
No, I mean, okay, don't judge me. Okay, one time, one time, I was like, all right. So I was opening up a hot sauce packet for a burrito.
Yeah.
At the gas station one time, and I don't know why, but I thought I would be a dumbass and put the packet in my mouth and chew on it, and then it blew, it exploded and got all up in my face, and I'm like, this is the worst experience ever. And then when I was like
shit.
wiping my face, I accidentally got some in my eye, and that was the worst. It was almost as bad as the one time I accidentally put icy hot on my balls.
Oh
was a terrible-
shit!
Whoa. How
Well-
the fuck?
Way to go, Al. You want to tell us?
Okay. All right. I'm going to feel this. This is pretty embarrassing, but whatever.
Little Gatorade?
Little game.
Okay.
The
So
Powerade.
I was playing basketball for like 2-3 hours, whatever. And I hurt my knee. So I put like ice on my knee, right?
Yeah.
But what happened was I was wearing still like longer boxer shorts, and I did not realize some of it got on the boxer shorts. So when I walked around, it hit right there. And I'm like, what is that? Also, I'm like, okay, whatever. So I go and take a shower. All of a sudden, I'm just on the floor screaming, call the hospital or something.
When you're hot and you're cold and you're hot and you're ugh.
Oh, man, it's the worst. Man, I mean, if that's what going to another dimension feels like, I'm never going to go. I never want to go to one.
All right. So I have something just as embarrassing that I'll say. It didn't get on my balls, though, but it's something I realized you do not do. All right. I just got to take in a shower. I'd gotten done like running or something, like up this fucking mountain for 2 hours or whatever. And then I put fucking like for the soreness, I put Tiger Balm. Like you can put it like on like your hip joints and shit like that, right?
Yep.
So I also ended up putting it like a little lower, but I didn't realize that what ends up happening is because my skin was like still, I guess, kind of damp, that the fucking Tiger Balm, like, I guess, found its way down to my butt cheeks, right?
Ooh.
And my fucking ass was on fire.
Yeah.
So the Tiger Balm, literally, I had to go check my ass.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. It was
So you
fucking
were winning.
spanked by fucking Charlie Sheen. Yeah.
He was winning in life that day.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a Vatican assassin that day.
Oh shit.
Tiger's blood.
And we just had a good fun conversation about those Catholics.
Yeah, we did. You said they did nothing wrong, Jay. What do you mean by that?
I never said such a thing, you lying motherfucker.
The crazy thing is that's the only situation in which, like, if they say like, oh, who this priest molest now, and they said, oh, little girl, people would be like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
That's not a good. That's a joke, but it's also not like it's a very sad truth.
Yeah.
Like you'd actually be surprised. You'd probably go, oh, good for him. Like,
Oh,
wow,
yeah, it's almost a step in the right direction.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing completely wrong about any of this shit, right?
Yeah. Maybe Father Thomas is trying to turn things around.
I mean, everything that they talked about in Doubt right here.
Yeah.
Freak in the streets and a priest in the sheets.
Ooh, yes. After all, it's mass.
I no joke. Just like 2 weeks ago, I was reading this article about there was a Catholic school that literally came down with like hundreds of counts of sexual abuse against children, and ranging from the nuns to the priests. Like the nuns were also sexually molesting like little boys and shit.
God damn.
And for some reason, the number of sexual assaults against boys outweigh the number of sexual assaults against girls.
I just don't get how that's possible.
What'd you say, Al? You
I just don't get how that's possible sometimes.
Keep going.
I mean, seriously. I mean, I don't know. If I was a guy and like someone's like, if I was like a 14-year-old kid or whatever, and and like say, who was that fucked up former Penn State coach?
Sandusky.
Yeah, Sandusky's like, hey, you want to join me in the shower? I'd be like, man, if you join me in the shower, it'll be the last thing you ever do. I don't understand how these other guys, it's like, like see this old like bear, like, probably who has like more hair than like an actual bear, like jump in the shower with you and like being like, oh no, he's gonna get me. No, man, if I'm like 14, I beat the crap out of the dude,
Yeah,
true. Like, I'd be like, hey, get out of the fucking shower. You know what I mean?
I mean, he must have had some empowering influence over them kids. I mean,
Yeah, like free college.
There it is.
Yeah. Like, hey, if you don't play fucking badminton.
This is what Jesus wants.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
let me put my
got to
penis
get
in
a
your
little
butt.
to get a little. So
Yeah, I'll give you a scholarship for what is
Taste
that?
of that sweet
for
ass.
shuffleboard,
Yeah.
shuffleboard.
if you don't suck me raw, you're going
I'll play
right
shuffle
back to
butt.
the
Holy
streets.
shit, Jay!
So I'll play shuffle butt.
Holy shit, Jay! If you don't suck me down, man.
That's
Damn.
what they probably saying, man.
How do you? Okay, so we all know like the cliche like pervy priest concept, right? But now think about this. In this story, there was like a bunch of nuns who were also doing it. Like
I'm envisioning like those,
and that's some men's fantasy. Like that.
I'm envisioning those old ass ladies from like Sister Act 2.
Yeah.
Nah, that's some scary shit.
Yeah. What if you found like
just imagine Whoopi Goldberg with her finger in your booty hole?
I know.
That's what nightmares are made out of.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, are we talking young Whoopi Goldberg, or are we talking like
both? She wasn't attractive.
I don't think. Yeah. What the fuck? That's like saying. Like, are we talking about young Kathy Bates or old Kathy Bates? We're talking about Kathy Bates.
Misery was kind of hot.
Yeah, Misery loves company too, and her company's Whoopi Goldberg.
Was it prime Whoopi Goldberg? Wasn't she in Theodore Rex? Because if that was the case, she was still absolutely hidden.
No, I'm talking about jumping Jack Flash Whoopi Goldberg. You didn't think she was going to be real fucked up then.
Yeah, I get you. Kind of like how they tried to do with Wanda Sykes, right?
No, oh god.
Oh man, you knew Wanda was for the other team as soon as she was out there saying all that stuff. It's like, yeah, you was doing the scissor thing.
Yeah, scissors.
Especially when you listen to her comedy routine. Okay. It's like, yeah, she's totally gay.
Yeah. She's like, you know what?
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
What are you clarifying things for?
I don't know. I just want to watch.
Yeah, sit down.
I think I think you can go back to like this like nuns thing is like, if you're a boy, are you more traumatized by the priest or the nun? Because the nun I wouldn't have expected. Actually, that kind of surprised me reading that. I was like, whoa, what? Right?
I mean, how desperate was that nun?
What if you found like a little baddie of a nun?
I was about to ask, what she look like?
What if she had like a fucking
I got an elixir. Come here, son. No.
Like, I mean, you're a nun, not a witch.
Sorry.
It's like,
I mean, this is the season for it, though.
Yeah.
That old crone wanted it, though. Little things like that.
At least that means now that what they can do is for women, they can make like a sexy nun costume, but just like that priest with like that boy attached to the crotch, you can just have like a little boy there now too on the nun one.
There was probably some sick ass motherfucker who was actually really into that. Yeah. Like being like, man, I can be the little boy. You can be the like. The
that's
nun.
what I'm saying though, is like, for sure that's actual fantasies. So like,
yeah.
My thing is
actually, I actually knew someone who was kind of like that from what this one girl said. And I'm like, no, man, dude, the guy's like 400 pounds. I just don't have time to hear this shit, man. I don't know. These people are fucked up.
I'm already having trouble sleeping.
I'm already having trouble sleeping. I just,
don't want to see that shit.
I just got out of meditation. What the fuck, man?
I just got out of hot yoga.
Yeah.
This is bad for my chakras.
I mean, he totally wanted it, though. He wanted that boy, that good old boy. It's funny, though, where they don't hold these people to accountability, though. But if Michael Jackson was legitimately doing it,
all the priests sing are like fucking old boring hymns. At least like Mike had some classics under his belt.
Right?
That's why we were all in denial about it.
Yeah, Pretty Young Thing. Oh, wait a minute, never mind. Hold on a second.
Well, hold on.
Dirty Diana.
Dirty Diana works.
We reached the point of this world where Richard Simmons is actually a normal individual now.
Yes.
Yeah. Richard Simmons is like the least creepy person. Like Richard
Even
Simmons,
though he was
Elton John, and like what is it? I was gonna say Michael Keaton. What was that fucking guy's name from WoW? George Michael.
Yeah,
oh shit!
Wait, George Michael.
WoW?
Really?
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
Wait, wow? You mean Wham?
Wham!
Oh yeah.
Wow, Wham!
I was like, wow,
Wham?
Women of Wrestling? I didn't think George Michael wrestled in there, but
that'd be sick.
George Michael was a woman?
Yeah.
Wait, George Michael was about that life? I thought he came out of the closet a long time ago, at least before he died.
Well, he wanted to wrestle all the really bad female wrestling gimmicks from Wild Women of Wrestling.
Wait, is George Michael's dead?
Yeah, he's dead. He's been gone a long time.
What?
Yeah, 5-6 years now?
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Careless whisper, man.
You just didn't have faith, man.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
could be
Let's
your
fucking-
father figure.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Holy Father. Oh.
Heavenly Father.
Oh no. Oh no. Guys, hold on. Put your shit away. Here comes the nun. Right? Imagine that. You're all bonered up. You're like, yeah.
Oh,
and then the
hello,
priest comes in, you're
Sonny.
like, oh
You
no.
happen to have
I mean,
crackers?
she just got away from the convent though, so that's a young nun.
Oh yeah. She's
Yeah,
about
yeah.
to rock. She's about to fucking blow your fucking. She's about to put hair on your chest.
She's
That
about to
lady's
bless
nuts.
me
God.
in so many ways. Sunday
Blow hair on
school
your
has
chest
never
and
been
that's
the same.
Racha.
Hair on your
What if,
chest?
what if they're like your parents are in there and they take you in there and they're like, Timmy told us that the priest touched him and so did the nuns. And then Timmy's like, but mom, the nuns don't have to. I mean, that's really not that. That's not that bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know,
And then
the
they're
nuns
like,
were
Timmy,
okay.
stop. The nuns, everyone needs to be held to this same standard. He's, Mom, no, it's cool. Like it's
Oh no, I wasn't complaining about that.
just Father McKinley was more of like, he was kind of just fucking, I didn't like that part,
He got weird.
I didn't like it when he.
This is, by the way, this
I-
is not funny, but it's fucking, it's so wrong.
I didn't like it when he lathered me up. That
Oh.
wasn't cool.
I didn't
Yeah.
like the excessive amounts of bubble wrap that he put on himself.
Yeah. Then he said, hit me.
Oh my god!
Come on, hit me.
Here's a bat, son.
It was out when he brought the rubber chicken in.
Make
Yeah.
that thing pop.
And then he
Yeah.
had me recite Genesis.
Backwards.
But the Sega games. Man, oh man.
In the
I don't
beginning,
even
he
know.
said, "Let there be blow."
Yikes.
Jesus.
The nun's favorite song was Papa Don't Preach.
I thought it was I follow. I will follow him, follow him.
Yeah. Fucking, we're talking about, this is talking about like little sexy Whoopi Goldberg, right? Not over the hill Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, the view Whoopi Goldberg really has a relevance here.
The
Little
Whoopi
sexy
Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg. What
Sexy
that-
Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah,
when she was rocking
oxymoron,
out
right?
when she was rocking out as Guinan from Next Generation or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh
I was a-
wow.
I was a fool to think anybody want these nude pictures of Whoopi Goldberg.
And the bottom of spit threw it back.
Yeah, what the hell? Oh man, holy shit, man! Whoopi Goldberg. Joke's on us. She probably has like an amazing body, and we're all just looking at the face. And look at us being shallow.
Yeah, but we're having a good time though.
No, what amazing body! It's probably.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
there's
probably more like
What is it more of, Al? Go on.
it's probably more saggier than putting a Stretch Armstrong in a washing machine for 25
Well, you see, Al
Probably
seen it.
she's probably built like a Minecraft character.
You see, Al seen it. Oh shit!
her fucking. She has no elbow bones,
Wow.
and she goes like this. When you ask her a question, she goes, "Huh," like that. Like when you're fucking
Well-
talking to the merchant.
Well, she is of that age.
Wait,
Mhm.
how old was she when she was in the Next Generation from the early 90s?
Old.
Oh, she was still in her 50s then.
Probably, yeah. Think about that.
Okay, in my opinion, she was always 50.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
never a young Whoopi Goldberg. She was
No.
always 50.
I think our like long-term memories kind of always see them as like the first time we saw them, right?
Like with Sister Act and all that stuff. She had
Yeah.
to be
She
like
was
at least 40.
50. Oh, really? She was 40 in Sister Act?
I'd like to
thought she
say
was-
I'd like to say she was 40.
Yeah.
Sister Act? No.
Now if we're talking about Angela Bassett.
Well, that's a fine 40. I mean,
Yeah.
Vampire in Brooklyn, that she was the best part of that.
Yeah. Pam Grier, all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I walked out of Jackie Brown going, "Fuck, no nipple!" Like that. I was mad.
Yeah, man, you'd be mad as shit if you didn't see that.
Yeah.
But if you put coffee on, now you got nipple.
Yeah, my little kid brain was fucked up because when Jackie Brown was like all popular, like HBO and like Cinemax would show you like all the old vintage like what is it, like blaxploitation flicks, right? And so like I was watching Pam Grier and I was like, whoa, I thought she was just some old lady in Jackie Brown. Like my head
Apparently
was like,
not.
Can you
Yikes.
imagine? Can you imagine, You're going out of the movie theater. There's like a family of kids getting ready to watch like Dumbo or some shit, and you just run out of the movie theater screaming, "What? No nipple?"
Yeah, yeah, I would.
The nip.
I think old boy has.
I honked behind a student driver today. That was pretty sweet. The guy had like the markings on the car, and I just started screaming at them like, "Hurry the fuck up!" for no reason, just to encourage the kid to get back into the real world. Because like,
you're an American hero right there.
Right. I was like, "Speed the fuck up!" honking and screaming for no reason. Nothing.
Well,
there was no one around us.
You were preparing them for anything that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like Whoopi Goldberg could show up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Damn, are we really going to be shooting more at Whoopi Goldberg tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she might be bulletproof at this point. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. She's on The View.
Yeah.
Raven Simone.
Wait, she's still on The View?
You know what? Can I be frank? As a kid, I thought like, as a kid, I remember thinking Raven Simone was like super attractive, right?
Yeah, one time.
And then I realized she was also like a lesbian, but then she was still attractive.
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember being like a teenager and going like, man, those lucky ass bitches. Just thinking like, wow. That was the second time my little kid brain just couldn't compute it.
I mean, they had a lot of good equipment to work with because she was stacked.
Wait, I'm sorry.
I'm talking about when she was an adult, Jay.
The fuck were you think I was talking about?
No, I'm just
no. What the hell are you trying to twist? You know, shit. We're practically the same age. So when you talk about a kid story,
is this Father Jay and Brady I'm talking to?
Shit. I could never be a priest, man. All right.
Have you ever tried to wear a turtleneck? I would go crazy in a collar. I think that's step number one for me.
So what the fuck are you telling me there, Father Flores Jr., huh?
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm just talking about the clothes. I don't care about who the fuck's there.
Oh, man.
Just like we talked about, got nutty.
You know it. I like how we all totally call this shit.
All right. Let's just get into this shit. Gentlemen, the Germans had pieces of flair that they made the Jews wear, but maybe it looked good. I mean, Hitler was a painter. And did you see Jojo Rabbit? I love when Hitler is my best imaginary friend he can be. Not like those yucky books those teachers used to make me read. Mein Kampf wasn't a meanie. He was dreamy. Or at least that's what kids may start to think if school leaders in South Lake, Texas get their way to illuminate new young minds with opposing perspectives to this landmark moment in history. Good idea or really good idea?
I thought you were reading a Dr. Seuss book.
I know, right? I know. I do not. I don't know what those fucking something stole Christmas. Anyways, a South Lake Carroll Schools leader recently told teachers that they should have a book about the Holocaust in their classroom. If they have a book, they should also have materials that show an opposing perspective. NBC reports obtained an audio recording from a district meeting that included discussions about how to comply with the new Texas law, which lawmakers say was intended to bar critical race theory from classrooms. Educators vehemently opposed the bill, saying it would have a chilling effect on their ability to have honest conversations about America's past and present. Now, a teacher responded, "How do you oppose the Holocaust?" How do you oppose the Holocaust? The author of a similar Senate bill, Brian Hughes, denied this was a proper interpretation of the new law. State Senator Kelly Hancock, Republican North Richland Hills, wrote on Twitter, said that South Lake just got it wrong. School administrators should know the difference between factual historical events and fiction. Hancock wrote, no legislation is suggesting the action the administrator is promoting, meaning opposing viewpoints to the Holocaust. Now, but possibly, earlier we were talking about there being opposing viewpoints, correct?
Right.
That like they're almost encouraged if you're on the flavor of the month political take for that moment. So do you think that this could actually lead to a literal opposing viewpoint, quote unquote, type literature on something as the Holocaust? Do you think that someone would actually do this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is the opposing side of the Holocaust? That it just didn't happen?
There are people that are crazy enough to say that, yeah.
Like they have a book about the Holocaust and they open up the opposing viewpoint book and it's one page and it just says nah on it.
They'll probably write inconvenience happened.
Mm-hmm. and that the ones that were beating the shit out of the Jews, they were just following orders.
I mean,
that's the usual argument.
And people like to say that like, oh, Hitler was a captivating speaker, and then like you look at videos of him and it just sounds like angry gibberish, and you're like, no, he wasn't.
I don't know. He kind of seemed like a drunk uncle at a party when I was
yeah. And then he had to do that pathetic thing where like he fixed his bang that would like move in front of his forehead, which it makes you think like of Spider-Man 3, right?
Emo Spider-Man.
Yes, all the dancing and the yelling and the fighting and the black suits and shit.
Oh yeah, that crazy shit.
Oh, it reminded me of the whole thing about AFI Miss Murder's music video.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
I want to be sad and sexy. How do you? I mean, Hitler was kind of sad and sexy, according to Jojo Rabbit.
I mean, shit. Like, if you're gonna go ahead and try to basically sympathize with him, you might as well sympathize with Joseph Stalin. At least he was an ally. The fuck are you doing? That's
what. Okay, so let's go. Let's think about this, right? So in a lot of current media, this is always alarming to me. Like there have been movies about Hitler being like a misunderstood painter, and that's why he became the Hitler that we know, because no one was nice to him about his art, right? Like there's actual movies about that shit. Okay, right. So then you have something like Jojo Rabbit that turns Hitler into like a light and fluffy concept character, right?
Yeah.
Which I never understood.
Right. I don't understand that shit. I don't understand this idea of humanizing absolutely evil people.
Dude, they tried it with Jeffrey Dahmer, remember?
All the time.
That's the thing too, is like, so, I mean, think about this, like the concept of opposing viewpoint, and like what I was saying is kind of brilliant, because look at like fucking Ted Bundy. Right. Didn't he get married and proposed to by women constantly?
Yep. And then John Wayne Gacy.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. He was a painter. Right. And everyone made a big old deal about, he loved clowns so much. And then
that man had like a successful business, and he was a pillar of the community and all that shit.
Right. He was like typical fucking like the person you wouldn't have expected. Right. Mm-hmm. But I think like hindsight makes us do this. We do this with like fucking everything. We turn everything into like, yeah, but maybe he was just misunderstood. Like, and there are outright just bad people. But I could see this happening very easily. If you want to lend some credence to something like a flat earth theory, right? Then there are the same people who actually vehemently deny the Holocaust being as gruesome as it was. But here's the thing. An opposing perspective helps you gain discernment and figure out what is a lie. Because here's another thing. Here's an interesting thing too. Think about this. In our history books, how much of the pilgrims are made to be good guys, but in reality, how many of them were raping and murdering people? Oh,
so we talking about the day after Thanksgiving now?
But that's okay. So here we go. Our entire history book is written by the side of the winner, which only shows you one perspective, right?
Right.
So like in Germany, because they lost the World War, right? Give Hitler some credit. He didn't want to just start a war with anybody. He wanted to start a war with the world.
Everybody.
Yeah. So like they lost, and they don't really talk about World War II in Germany.
No.
And the same way we kind of brushed over, fuck it. I mean, I'll say everything in history. everything just kind of ends perfectly for us in our country's history, right? Like, so would it be good? Let's say this becomes a precedent and freedom of press. There can be a book of an opposing viewpoint for the Holocaust. One positive I could see that comes from this is that when we talk about like Chris Rock has that old joke, they make you think that Black History Month is about two people, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, and that's it. Right. Yeah. And they make it seem like Black History Month was over. like Black history was done after Malcolm X, and that's as far as we could go. Right. Hispanics, but Mexicans specifically in California, they don't even go over our history in this state, because I think if you realized how much of the land was owned by Mexico, it would piss a lot of people off. Our little intersection in history here is like the Alamo.
Oh yeah. Well, like like in certain other countries, they don't even tell you like what goes down. Like for Revolutionary War, like the British will actually tell you that, they gave us the freedom and stuff. Right, you know what I mean? And like Like, yeah, they don't talk about World War II over in Germany because of obvious reasons. But much like how in the War of 1812, America doesn't talk about it because they try to take over Canada. Canada don't tell you about it, but because they kicked us the fuck out.
Right.
But, yeah.
Right. It sounds like a crazy thing. It sounds like a wacky-do premise. But a young kid who just listened to his first Rage Against the Machine song, right? Goes like, yeah, man, fuck you. I won't do what you tell me. And like, maybe they are lying to me about history, right? History classes. So history classes for fucking pussies, man. That's for the brainwashed masses, right? You're just a fucking stupid teenager. What do you know? But in that arrogance might be some truth in terms of there is no book to show you the opposing viewpoint, because the opposing viewpoint to me in terms of the Holocaust is the fact that the U.S. profited a lot from selling weapons to everybody, including the Nazis.
Of course.
So maybe the opposing viewpoint to the Holocaust being a one-sided tragedy isn't so much that as much as we also sold them the guns that they used to slaughter a bunch of these Jews, right? The same way we did it for Osama bin Laden, and the same way before Osama bin Laden was Osama bin Laden, he was like the freedom fighter that we liked, quote unquote, and financed him. And then he became the Osama bin Laden we all know and love today.
Right. But the wildest thing is, man, they say you got to create an enemy, in order to maintain like stability.
And if you don't have a boogeyman, then who are you going to fight? What are you going to spend all your money on?
Right.
Right.
By the way, we actually just recently did this kind of thing. Remember? We usually learn about Christopher Columbus around this time, but now it's Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yeah. The funny thing is Indigenous Peoples Day, but you don't get the day off.
Oh, shit. You expect us to get the day off now?
But that's what I'm saying is like, it's a holiday, but psych, just kidding. It's not.
No, it's not.
Well, unless you work for the USPS, then they get the day off.
Well,
thank God.
As somebody that does work for the state, fuck no, we didn't get that. But we got Juneteenth though.
Yeah, because we all know the USPS's long history of working with the Native Americans
and giving a damn about people in general. But yeah,
yeah, I don't know. And so just to me, it was like this sounds nuts, but I feel like opposing viewpoints might be kind of good if we're going to be as woke as we promise the world to be, right? Wouldn't you want the complete and honest, unbiased information of that era?
Well, yeah, but at the same time, it really depends on the person. Nowadays, people can't even be mature about having different points of view when it comes to like video games now.
True. Because I think about this in the spike. Let's even move. We'll go backwards in time. Let's go back to like AIDS, right? Where they say like, oh, a guy flew over, fucked a monkey, and then came back and fucked his brains out everywhere, which way, flight attendant, blah, blah, blah. Right. You don't think that like, for the sake of the orangutan, he would want an opposing viewpoint to make it seem like it wasn't the monkeys that did it?
Well, I would like to think that chimp really wanted to get his word across,
Because here's my thing. Monkeys
we know it's a damn orangutan.
Even a small monkey has like the tensile strength of like 5 guys, right?
Usually.
So just knowing that, could you picture in your mind, one book is maybe 15 pages and it just talks about the strength of a monkey and how strong it is and how it can rip limbs off. And the bigger the monkey gets, the stronger it gets. And then at the end, it should just say, do you really think a guy walked into a jungle, held the monkey down and fucked it?
Well, no, but you see, the zookeeper took a plea bargain, so we'll never get the other side of that story.
And that's what I'm saying. If you look at the opposing viewpoint and you look at the hidden terminology in these things, because it's been stated over time, especially in the 50s and 60s, we're talking male flight attendant, which was another slang term for a very long time and a vague way of making a joke of a man being gay. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Then at the same time, this man goes to Africa and fucks a monkey, which is also leftover slang from the 50s and 60s era we were just kind of getting out of. You don't think that people in Africa would love to have a book of opposing viewpoints to not let there be some sort of tarnished concept of this man came to Africa, fucked a monkey, and then went back to the U.S., gay out of his mind, male flight attendant. So technically a 3-letter word, right? A fabulous air guy, we'll say. It's an acronym for that, fabulous air guy.
Yeah.
Okay? And so there you have it. Hidden in that terminology is the actual truth of this, possibly, right?
Yeah.
Or the story they want you to tell. So then he comes back and just like every other thing right now that gets racially
motivated,
right? The people that AIDS goes after first predominantly is the Black crack community. So I feel like Holocaust of opposing viewpoint, I could see a book being like, hey, look how many munitions we sold to the fucking Nazis before they turned into our enemy.
Yeah,
right?
But then you got to also see how accurate it is, and hopefully nobody's really puffing smoke.
Well, how accurate is your history book?
Very true.
Because that book also gets a publisher and an editor.
Columbus came across on 3 ships and had no problem getting there.
Right. And then we all found out, like how we just found out the Triceratops wasn't a real dinosaur. And we're so stupid that we'll still let them put them in Jurassic Park movies.
The proverbial we are going to be arguing about what really happened for a long time. We'll never know what really happened. You know?
I think you mean the proverbial they for pronoun's sake, Jay.
I don't care. The funny part is...
Real quick, if I can ask you this, what's the best party you ever went to in high school? I'll let you, Jay. What was like the best party you went to in high school?
I try not to remember the parties of high school. They weren't all that great.
Damn. What about you, Eric?
I believe I skipped all the parties in high school.
Oh man, what about you, Al?
I was
Man of the
homeschooled.
streets. Were you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
The homeschool of hard,
Hard knocks.
hard thuggery.
Well, I figure, man, when you're growing up in the hood and it's that dangerous, you gotta stay in.
Yeah, true. That's what I learned.
Al was telling me how he used to sleep in the bathtub to avoid gunfire at night.
Well, I almost got shit for a candy bar. So
Was it a Milky Way or was it them
No,
shit ass almond
no.
joys?
no, it was that shitty Crunch bar with the white in it, the white chocolate Crunch bars.
Hey, that was a
Crunch
good bar, you.
Oh no,
You
it
pussy!
wasn't. Stop being a liar. It was not that good.
It was that good. It's just as good as White Reese's.
Ooh. All right. So had you guys said anything cool, I would have said, well, that doesn't measure up to these parties where a California mom allegedly hosted teen sex drinking parties.
That's a cool ass party.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, so she hosted an orgy then?
Okay, check this shit out. A California mother is accused of hosting alcohol-filled parties for her teenage son and his friends at her Silicon Valley home and other places, and other places. What the fuck? And encouraging them to drink
went on
heavily.
tour?
Yeah, the sex party tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Encouraging them to drink heavily and engage in sex acts with intoxicated girls. Some of them non-consensual, prosecutors say.
Yikes.
So
Shannon-
wow.
Yeah, Shannon Marie O'Connor, 47, was arrested Saturday in Ada County, Idaho, where she now lives. She is awaiting extradition to Santa Clara County, where she faces 39 criminal charges, including misdemeanor counts of sexual battery and child molestation and providing alcohol to minors, prosecutors said in a statement. Tuesday, phone numbers associated with the family were not working, and it wasn't immediately known if O'Connor has an attorney who can speak on her behalf. At one party at her Los Gatos, kitty house, home in December, O'Connor allegedly handled a condom to a boy and pushed him into a room with an intoxicated girl. Both were minors. The girl was able to get away and locked herself in the bathroom. Santa Clara County District Attorney Investigator Christina Hicks detailed in court filings. What the fucking shit fuck?
This is how swine flu started.
Well, no need to worry about who's getting AIDS tonight. Things like that.
It's fucking like, dude,
That's how
very
the
open.
clap started.
Yeah. Yo, Brandon's mom is super cool.
Yeah.
It's like that shit. Now,
So-
this is my first thought is this. I'm pretty sure she fucked one of these kids.
Oh yeah.
That was going to be my question.
Yeah. And I feel like they're not getting into it. And this is not like an attractive white lady like we always see with like this female teacher was seeing her fucking 13-year-old student. Right?
So it's pretty much a suspect from Cops.
Kind of. Yes.
So it was probably that old lady from Pumpkinhead too.
Oh shit.
Oh fuck. What a reference. Yeah.
So she
into this closet and you make love.
Oh
Was
shit.
that her?
make love. Did you guys ever meet a friend's parent that was trying to be too cool?
Trying to pull a Mrs. Robinson, you mean?
I mean, just trying to be too cool in general. Like maybe not give away their whole scheme at first, but like that parent who was always like, no, I smoke weed with my kids, like that kind of parent.
Oh yeah. The one that wants to be liked by the friends. Yeah.
Right. But like your kid's like 15.
Mhm.
I don't know if she had kids or not. That's just that thing too. Like in this story, the funny thing is like, were you just hosting parties to a bunch of random teenagers, or how did you fucking get into this circle of teenagers to come to your house?
Clearly pogs.
Yeah.
For the people at home, Al, what are pogs?
Pogs are life, man.
She was fucking all these kids, so they called her the slammer.
Exactly. She wanted to
did.
get back in the game, man. You got to give her props.
I mean, that's probably the code name for it.
I had to give her props. What?
Yeah, she's trying to get back into the Pog game. Come on,
The
man.
Pogs.
Yeah,
Pogs.
man. Get your
Pogs.
say.
Let's be frank. This is a white lady. Okay.
Oh, obviously. I mean,
Is being able to get away with this for that long, is that white privilege or not?
No.
Because if someone was going to like a Mexican or a black person's house, and then that person's kid or like that person was coming back to their house to their parents, all like hickeyed up and fucking smelling like shitty whiskey from like Costco. Cause you know, this bitch shops at Costco for sure. She's getting Costco whiskey, Costco wine, box of Costco wine, all that shit.
she's
right?
going fancy.
Oh, she's
Right.
classy.
Oh, man.
So-
So she got the Southern comfort.
Right.
Oh,
exactly.
yes.
For sure.
Especially when you have that many kids. I mean, you got to buy in bulk, right? You got to have raviolis,
I
condoms.
mean,
Raviolis.
Yeah, for the
condoms.
kids.
And pizza bagels.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you went. I thought you went and got like 50 cans of.
Yo,
Chef.
what's your mom got back there? Is that Sunny D? Is that
Yeah.
Sunny D and fucking Pabst?
And
She's
that
gotta have
purple shit.
she's gonna have the purple stuff and Sunny D.
and some of that beefaroni, if you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Extra sodium in that shit.
Beef curtains.
She took so much meat they called her hamburger helper.
Ooh.
Oh, sloppy Joe. Oh,
Yeah.
The stroganoff is real with that.
See, that's at night.
also too, because if you have kids, you have to probably be married, right?
Uh-huh.
That would be the
Not necessarily.
because I would think like if let's say she is married, how are you hosting these parties with a husband around or a significant other?
He's just as slimy as she is.
He's probably working long hours
But
to get
hey,
away from
hey,
her.
wait.
She's-
Why would we say it might not even be a him?
Now, here's a question: Is this cool woke mom gone wrong? Like, is this cool woke mom in the era of my kid learns about gender and sex early and it's natural and it's your body and I encourage you to explore, except is that used as an excuse to participate in your broken, sick fucking ideas?
That's an excuse, definitely.
She obviously has money. Because she's from Silicon Valley.
Los gatos.
Those kitties. Ew.
Mm.
Oh, God. Damn it.
I don't know, man. That sounds so made.
It almost sounds unreal, right?
Yeah.
Well, but not surprising considering what goes on nowadays.
Like, dude,
That-
they got her in like a span of time that's pretty quick. R. Kelly was doing this shit for like decades.
He's the hardest working man at it.
Yeah.
Uh,
What was that one song he had out? The world's greatest statutorial rapist?
Girl, you're in the kitchen. By the butter rolls.
6 in the morning, 6 in the evening. You know, sometimes I always wonder, what did Aaliyah know?
Everything. That's why she's dead.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
If she
knew
managed,
everything.
if she managed to really get out.
If this is what an accident did to my left eye, think about what knowing the truth did to left eye. Oh. My God. Guys.
I almost threw my PS3 controller.
Fucking
That's right.
right.
That's a hard ass bar. Imagine what the truth could do to your left eye. Left eye Illuminati.
Oh
right?
shit.
Eye
Is that
in the
one of
pyramid.
Al's bars?
Yes, he went al dente on it. Guys, have you seen Squid Game and what the fuck is it?
What is it?
It's Netflix's biggest hit, and it's more reliable instead of that Cowboy Bebop shit.
All right.
Oh, I thought it was like Fall
It's
Guys
Hunger
or
Games.
something.
Hunger Games meets Saw.
Pretty much.
Oh, I
With
thought it
all-
was like
With
I
the
thought it was-
cast of Shang-Chi.
Yes.
Oh.
I thought it was like a brawler or something with squid people.
That's what I thought it was too. I thought it was an actual game.
Yeah.
If-
There is a game in it.
It
It's
is a
just,
game.
you know, you've seen it before, pretty much.
Yeah.
Not missing anything.
Okay, so that's it. That's it. All right. Well, I mean, you heard it here first, folks. It's,
I mean, you're not
it's
really
on-
missing anything.
it's on Netflix. All right.
Watch it today.
Yeah, that's all I got, fellers. You guys got anything to plug? You guys want to whip a dick out? Give your OnlyFans. What's going on?
Oh, we weren't starting this with our dicks out already?
Oh shit, my bad.
Shit.
Well, I've been sitting on mine for a while. So,
I've
you know,
been
anyway,
going-
Wait, you've been sitting on yours for a while. You might want to get that. You might wanna
Don't
give that
worry
some
about what the
air
hell I'm
there.
doing with it, boy. Shut
I was
up.
gonna say I was going
Don't worry
dicks.
about it.
I was going dicks for al dente. You know what I'm saying?
El dente.
Al dente.
Sure it wasn't for the kitty house.
No,
Wow.
no, it wasn't. And I rebuke you to hell for that one. No. Good Lord.
I
no.
can't believe that somebody even thought like, they could get away with that.
That's a white woman for you. Sorry,
I mean,
Al. I'm not trying to be like, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's a white woman with money that thinks she can do shit like that. For sure.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to have another person's baby smile at me at the store.
Let alone that.
Yes. Yeah. I'll punch that baby in the back of the fucking head, smiling at me again.
Well, hey, Al, at least that's another thing you and Marco got in common, beating up the youth.
What? Mine is a fucking joke, Al.
Mine was a joke too, allegedly. It was taken
allegedly. What isn't offensive these days?
What isn't offensive?
Yeah.
I could say, hey, I sucked off 2 guys.
Good for you.
Yeah. And then I murdered them.
Oh, it's splendid.
For being against trans rights.
They deserved it. Fuck them.
Yeah.
You're an American hero, good sir.
See, yeah. I think that's acceptable today.
Yeah.
But if I said I think that never mind.
Well, considering quite a lot of things will get you in hot water nowadays. I'm just always wondering, like, what exactly is the politically correct way of doing things? Like, let's just say, like, all these easily offendeds, get what they want. Like, how do we go through life then, Like saying if we weren't who we are, because we're going to do whatever the hell we want to do anyway. I mean, at least I am,
Yeah, I don't know. I would wonder if I think we're at the point where I think the rest of the world is sick of having to watch what they say.
Yes.
Right. And so like we got like this like politically correct-ish world to live in for about a year, and we ended up hating it. Like, I hope that alone is enough for people to realize like this shit is imaginary. Like a world where you never get your feelings hurt, like where you literally like nerf everything about social interaction.
Yeah.
You're only hurting yourself. Like there's no other person you're hurting outside of you.
You know who I think kind of is responsible for, I guess, this awakening, if you will, of like, having to watch what you say.
Yeah.
It's Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Like, because all his specials in the last couple of years have come under fire because of something he says. If you're really listening to what he's saying, he's not wrong.
No,
he's not
at all. I think truth bothers people. I think because this is the most ironic shit ever. Okay, we're in an age, in a moment in time right now where the fucking motto is we believe in science. Okay.
Right.
But if someone says, I don't think men, natural born men who cut their cocks off are women. Not in the sense of being actual women. I will address you however you want me to, out of respect for you, right? But I don't think you're an actual. If you're asking me personally, I don't think you're a woman. There was a beautiful line in a book called Fight Club, written by a gay man, where he says, "Sticking feathers up your butt does not make you a chicken."
Makes perfect sense,
right?
So feelings.
I'm sorry, Al, but you got to hear this. You're from the streets. You got to toughen up.
I know, sir. I know.
You got to get that thick skin. You know what I mean?
From Brooklyn, I'm okay.
Nice. There you go. The mean streets of Wisconsin.
He's got that thick foreskin.
Yeah, you got that thick skin. Bulletproof.
Oh man. I mean, like, you hear about it all the time with the transgenders getting offended about this, that, and anything. And then Dave Chappelle, I'm like, first off, it's Dave Chappelle. If you have never seen Chappelle's show in your days, or even when he was on the Nutty Professor, the fuck's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? And he's only doing what he's been doing for like ever. So you're just finding something.
He's doing exactly what he's always done,
yeah,
which is exactly this right now.
And he also mentored somebody who actually was transgender, Daphne, but nobody wants to pay attention to facts. Oh no, fuck facts.
And didn't she committed suicide, right?
Right.
Yeah. And he even talked about how she had all sorts of internal issues.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the biggest thing too, and to go back to what I was saying, is like, we're living in the age of like, we believe in science. Is like, well, then dude, the science also shows that some of these people that go through these transitions, especially these younger people, like kids that are doing it, you know, we're like, and this is like a fall off conversation from like that fucking hippy dippy mom about like her little fucking sex house she was running, right?
Right.
Which is like, you know, you can almost foretell the exact intentions of that lady. Cool mom, ultra free spirit, whatever the fuck. Enjoy yourself. It's your body. Have fun with it. And then you see that slippery slope of like, yeah, but there has to be a level of like, these are kids. And then there's also a level of slippery slope that you have to watch yourself on too.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's another thing too, is people don't understand that like words, this is going to sound crazy, but the more you give words power and then make people afraid of them, the more people's inner demons will start to stir up a little harder, because the things you can't joke about become pent up, right?
Yep.
So here's how you know something is wrong amidst the people. There's been how many multiple mass shootings in just the last week alone? Have you guys kept track of this?
No, I haven't.
No,
actually, I lost count.
Just in this last week alone, there's been a few. Okay. Now, if this was with the previous president in power, we would have sat here and the news would have gone on and on about how these people are radicalized, they're right wing, they're Trumpers, they believe in QAnon, they go on fucking 4chan, right? Typical shit. Okay.
Right.
But because I bet you more than fucking anything, like in one of these current shootings recently, it was an Asian guy shooting up a place that he worked at. And I made a joke to a friend. I said, well, now what are we going to do about all this yellow rage? Right. And the funny thing is because it doesn't exist. People of all colors get mad. And I bet you what's happening now, because the news will not report on all these other shootings like they used to, because all these people don't match the identity of the typical right wing, white, angry Trumper, QAnon, conspiracy, whack job, quote unquote.
Right.
So this kind of goes back to like the Holocaust opposing viewpoint concept. If what's happening in current times is all these violent acts are from people who oppose your constructed ideology of who you think is a radical shooter, and if you're not reporting on them, then I guarantee you it's the opposing viewpoint you don't want out there. Because if one of them is an Asian man, do you remember that white guy who shot up a massage parlor because he said it was causing him to have problems with his sex addiction and it kept fucking up his relationships?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
They turned it into a race issue. But when the Asian guy goes to his job and shoots it up, just like how Chappelle says, I guess you can shoot another black guy, but you just can't hurt a gay person's feelings.
Yeah.
That's how disposable it is. I tried to warn an ex-creative partner of mine live on the podcast where I said, be very careful when they make you think that your black man's civil rights are the same as LGBTQ issues, and they're not.
Oh my God, I hate it when that happens.
Okay, because you've never seen a man in a dress lynched, have you?
No, I haven't.
You've never seen a man in a dress who identifies as a ma'am get fucking ripped apart by dogs, have you?
Not at all.
Have you seen a fucking woman who wants to be a man and has jeans on and a fucking Roseanne flannel shirt get fucking a hose unleashed on her?
No.
Or beaten by the cops? Fuck
Never.
no, you haven't.
They went ahead and went with that because it's flavor of the month.
Right.
It fits that narrative.
But that's to go what Eric's saying, though, is everything he said it's not wrong.
No. I mean, right? It never was when he was on Chappelle's show or Def Jam.
Right, because the obvious truth is never wrong. If we're in the age of believe in the science and there's data and fact, right? And things are binary, because everything runs on binary, everything's data, right?
Right.
Then what you're saying is factual, can't be wrong. And that's the idea of a joke. Like every stereotype has a little bit of truth in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like we were just joking about fucking Bruce Wayne having Mexican help. Like,
I mean, we've done a lot of crazy jokes over the span of knowing each other. So
dog, it's a joke, but it's also true. Those motherfuckers are loyal. If you pay them and you treat them well, they are fucking good to you.
Yep.
Like it's in our nature to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so
I mean, when you give that much gratification to something, they'll follow you for here to ever till you stop.
And it's just funny. And you say gratification, and I wondered, I ask you this to the whole panel here, is like, do you think people are ungrateful?
More than anything.
Quite a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Greedy ass mother.
See? Alan's black side's coming out now.
His voice got all the like shit.
Yes. I thought Barry White was in the chat.
I know. I was like, is that the guy from the Green Mile?
I had puberty during this call. Good sir.
Damn, good sir.
I always think that because I'm like, the way things go and stuff like that, not everybody's gonna like you, which is what you should know anyway. And then the patronizing is really destroying the mindset of things around here. It's pandering. That's all this shit is.
Like, think about this. Here's how you know people are far too sensitive, right? When is the last time you've seen like a really good comedy movie?
One that really gets you laughing? Not lately.
Not in like years, right?
Right.
My life.
Well, yeah,
right.
Yeah.
No, there hasn't been anything funny in years.
Yeah, and I'm saying like literally outside of like a Dave Chappelle special, like Eric's saying, that are like these landmark things, right? And they're only landmark because he's being honest.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Which is what you would want a comedian to be. Have you seen it like where people phone it in, like Kevin Hart's special? Yes.
All right, dude. That's a perfect example. It's like every Amy Schumer special.
Mm-hmm.
It's not funny. She's like, oh, my pussy smells like cottage cheese and a guy came in my eyeballs.
Yeah, that's Amy Schumer, all right.
Like, oh, cool. All right, I can relate.
And Whitney Cummings does the same damn shit too.
Right.
To be honest with you. Yeah.
And Andy Dick. Just kidding, he doesn't do that. And
actually he does that, but like off stage.
Yeah, that's his like everyday shit.
That's just Andy Dick.
That's just Monday morning.
Yeah.
That's Monday morning Dick.
That's just before breakfast.
Yeah, that's his cream cheese.
I mean, and they always talk about like how the comedy game isn't what it used to be. I'm like, when you keep trying to cancel people, I mean, you even had Jerry Seinfeld, right? He doesn't do like the whole college circuit anymore. I mean, this is Jerry Seinfeld.
He does fucking airplane food jokes.
Exactly. That's his thing. And it's like,
it's so funny.
Like all these gooks. Yeah, he doesn't do that.
Yeah, it's like, who the hell is he offending?
Me? With his bad jokes?
What? How dare you? His jokes are great.
But this is the thing, though, is like his whole point is to be like that comedian.
Oh, I mean,
there's also the fact that like he's kind of transcended comedy. Like at this point, he's not even a comedian. He's more like a scholar, or a fucking
like a statesman almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you got to go that route, but like say like somebody like like you got somebody like George Carlin, you got somebody like Sam Kinison, you got somebody like Lenny Bruce. If you had those guys running around, or Lenny fucking Bruce. Dice, yes. Remember him?
Yeah.
I mean, let's fucking talk about Paul Mooney
Yes.
for a second. Like Pryor's stand-up. You can't even say that shit anymore.
No.
Well,
right?
Allegedly. But you know.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Al, right? Allegedly, that's the thing.
Allegedly.
It's a magic word.
I mean, because chances are, like with me and Alan and J360 and you guys, and we're all part of the same universe, I'm sure we could get a lot of shit done.